Hi team, I hope you're all well. Today we are going to be doing a little bit of a spring reset. I can't imagine this video is going to be too long, I'm not going to lie. But we are going to be doing just a little bit of decorating for spring. We are going to be putting together Thomas's Easter gift because I've got him some cute little bits, and we are going to be doing a little bit of like a spring TBR as well. There won't be too many books on here because I am away for like 2 weeks of April. And I imagine I'll be reading quite a bit on my Kindle for that. I will take a couple books with me, but I'll be taking my Kindle and my Kindle charger so that I can read mostly on my Kindle. But Andy's family will be on holiday with us as well. His mum, his stepdad and his niece. So I don't know how much reading I'll actually manage to get done while we're in Turkey. So we're going to be doing a few different little things, just a little bit of a spring reset, and I wanted to show you some of the decorations that I did get for my... I think I'm going to put these up in the library. I've done a little bit downstairs, but I wanted to show you a couple of the decorations. So I managed to get a couple of these like cute little gonks from the works, which I think are absolutely adorable. And I really, really love them. I've got this one as well. One of these I am going to give to Amelia, and mine and Andy's niece, his niece, for Easter. Amelia, if you're watching this, surprise. And yeah, I'm going to give one of these to her, so only 3 of these are going to go in the library. And then I also managed to get this cute little Easter egg tree thing from Matalan, which I thought was adorable. And I also got this from the works as well, which was like, I think £6. I think these are like £1.50 each, and then this was maybe a £5, maybe £3. I can't remember, I've taken the tag off it now. And then I do have like a cute daisy cushion that Pris got me a while ago, and I'm going to swap my blanket out in here as well. I do still have my Christmas blanket up here. I'm going to explain myself, because if you've seen it in live shows, you're like, oh my god, I love that you still got your Christmas blanket out. The reason being, it's the comfiest blanket I've got in the house. It's large, because a lot of my blankets are not too big, but it's large and it's like really fluffy underneath, as well as like on the Christmas pattern as well. So it's my coziest Christmas blanket, and it can get very cold in here because I've got a massive bay window, so it can get really, really cold in here. So I tend to use that one when I'm sitting in my chair reading. So that's the only reason it's still out, otherwise it would be packed away with all the other Christmas decorations. But I am going to bring a different blanket in here. I was going to buy a new one, but honestly, I don't need any more blankets. So I'm just going to find my brightest blanket that I want to bring that up here. But yeah, so we'll do a little bit of decorating in here. I've got some stuff to do downstairs as well. Some b-roll that I will show you of me like putting some flowers out and putting together Thomas's little gift. Then we'll do some b-roll in here of me decorating in here, and then I will go through with you my not April TBR, we'll be doing that in a different video, my spring TBR. I think I've picked some books out that I think, well, I will pick some books out that I think are perfect for spring, essentially. So hopefully you agree. But yeah, that is going to be the plan for this video. So I do hope you enjoy. Let's get on with some decorating. Okay, hey, I have now decorated the library and done my decorations downstairs with the flowers. I'm packing Thomas's Easter gift. I hope he's not watching this. Thomas, better not be watching this. But yeah, I thought that we could go through some of the reading plans that I would like to get through in spring. You have just seen me putting these books on the shelf, so I thought we could talk through them a little bit, because there are some books that are on my March TBR as well. Obviously this is going up on the first day of spring. Happy first day of spring, by the way. I should have said that at the beginning of this video. So I have included some of the books off of my March TBR as well, which I would still like to get to by the end of March, but chances are I'm not going to have the chance to, so we'll have to see if I manage to get to them in April or May. When is summer? June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. Yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, the first book I do have on here is my Patron buddy read for March and April, and I think I'm going to try and aim to get to this by the end of it, like at the end of April, for the live show in May, and it is A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. I feel like this will be a really nice like spring read, and I think this will be perfect. So if I really enjoy this, I will try and get to the second one, maybe for final book support group that will be coming in May as well. A announcement video will be coming for that in April while I'm away in Turkey, so keep your eyes peeled. But yeah, maybe I could get to the last one in, because it's a duology, in May for final book support group. So that is the first book going on here. Then we do have Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I would really like to try this one out. I have seen mixed things about this. Some people have loved it, some people have really disliked it. I have only read one book by Ali Hazelwood, despite the fact that I own all of them. I've only read one by her, so I feel like if I go into this one and then go back to some of her contemporary romances, I may not have some really strong opinions about it, whether or not I've liked it or disliked it, as some people may have that have read the rest from her. So really interested in this one. It's her first dip into fantasy romance as opposed to contemporary romance, and I believe this is between a vampire and a werewolf. So I'm really intrigued by it. This is the really pretty Afterlight edition, and I'm very excited about reading this one. Next we do have Light Lark by Alex Astor. This hasn't been on my TBR very long, but I've been seeing it around so much since it came out. I know it's very popular and I'm intrigued by it. I think this is a YA fantasy, but I'm not 100% certain what the age range on this, but it sounds really good. It sounds like it could be up my street, and I bought it a couple of weeks ago along with Nightbane, the second one in the series, and I'm really intrigued. Since then I've been really desperate to pick this up, and I just haven't done it. I haven't had chance to do it because of everything I've had going on. So I'd like to try and get to this in spring. I feel like that would be a nice time to try and get to this. I could be entirely wrong about that. I don't know anything about the book. This could be perfect for a better season instead. But I just really want to get to it. The cover's really pretty. It's got flowers on it. So I think of spring and I think flowers, you know? So Light Lark is going on here. If I really enjoy it, I will try and get to Nightbane as well. Then we do have Fantasy Romance that's been on my TBR for a while now, and I feel really bad that I haven't picked it up because the publisher, Penguin, actually sent me this as well as the sequel, but not the last one in the series. So that is A Fate of Wrath and Flame by K.A. Tucker. I have read the Wild series by K.A. Tucker and loved it. Absolutely loved it. It's one of my favourite romance series ever. But this one I'm really intrigued about. I actually know nothing about it, but I'm very intrigued about it, other than the fact that I know it's a fantasy romance. Oh, I think it's fantasy romance. Oh yeah, Elven Princess. Okay. There is a New York City crime boss as well. Oh, okay, so this is urban fantasy romance. Fascinating. I am intrigued by that. Nice. This sounds really good. Again, don't know if this is more perfect for a like better suited to a different season, but it's got flowers on it again, so I mean they're kind of dark. It's got flowers on it again, so I thought I would try and pick it up during spring because it's about damn time I got to this series, honestly. I think the third one has come out recently. I don't know if that is the last one or if this series is going to continue and be a longer series. I'm not 100% certain, but I am intrigued by it. A Curse of Blood and Stone. Yeah, I've got that one. That's the second one. So I think there's going to be, like, there's definitely a third one that's now come out. But yeah, they sent me books 1 and 2 and I haven't read them yet, and they sent them to me ages ago. So I really want to try and get to these, try and prioritise them if I can. And then another fantasy romance that I do have on my shelves that I've had for a little while now, actually. I think I got this one in Waterstones, maybe when I went to the RF Kwong event last year with Caitlin. It is Kingdom of Villains by Ella Fields. I've not seen anybody talking about this, so I don't know if it's any good. But the cover was really pretty, so I ended up picking it up. It's got flowers on it. And I believe it's... I'd known exactly who he was, the Unseelie Prince, but I hadn't known just what he was, which intrigues me. I am interested by that. So let me know if you've read this one, what were your thoughts on it. I'm intrigued by it. It's not too long, 317 or 18 pages, so it sounds really good. So I'm chucking that one on here as well. Then I do have a manga that I think is perfect for spring, honestly, and it is Fruits Basket. I've been wanting to continue on with this series. I've read volume 1, obviously this is volume 2. I do have volume 3 as well, so I will probably try and get to that one as well, but I just wanted to put one of them on here for now. But yeah, I feel like this is perfect for spring, so I wanted to whack this on here. And then I do have like a couple thriller horrors as well that I wanted to chuck on. So I've got Such a Quiet Place by Megan Miranda. I haven't read from Megan Miranda before. This is the first one that I've ever picked up from her, and it just screams spring, summer to me, maybe. I don't know when it's set. But it sounds good. Not everybody told the truth about that night. That's it. That's all I can give you, short of reading the entire synopsis, which I'm not going to do. But I'm intrigued by this one. It sounds good. Let me know if you've read this one or any other Megan Miranda that you think I would enjoy, because I am intrigued about maybe getting into her writing. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below. What do you think? Oh, that's pretty. So I'm putting that on here. Then we do have Just Like Home by Sarah Gailey. I started this one a while ago and I didn't continue on with it for no reason. I wasn't not enjoying the book. I just put it down and didn't come back to it. So I really want to come back to this one. I think it's like a haunted house story or something, and I'm really looking forward to it. Just Like Home is a darkly gothic thriller from nationally best-selling author Sarah Gailey, perfect for fans of Netflix, The Haunting of Hill House, as well as HBO's true crime masterpiece I'll Be Gone in the Dark. I've watched I'll Be Gone in the Dark, really enjoyed it, but I haven't seen The Haunting of Hill House, so I assume on that basis it is a haunted house story maybe. But I just love this cover. I think it's beautiful. So yeah. Then we do have another pink thriller, and it is So Happy For You by Celia Lasky. I think this is like a wedding, which, you know, perfect for spring. The flowers on fire, beautiful. This is a best friend's wedding, and I think something is going to go down, and I'm really excited by it. It sounds great to me. The writing in here is huge as well. So I've been meaning again to get to this one for a while, and I feel like spring is perfect. I just love the pink vibes as well, especially with Just Like Home. Looks beautiful. Then we do have something a little bit different. It's translated fiction, and it is Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi? Toshikazu Kawaguchi? Maybe. My apologies if I have pronounced that entirely wrong. I'm shit with pronunciations. I am trying to get better. I don't fully know the ins and outs of what this is about. Beautiful moving story explores the age-old question, what would you change if you could travel back in time? More importantly, who would you want to meet maybe for one last time? I believe that this is quite a tear-jerker. or so I've heard. It's not very long, it's translated fiction, and I just feel like spring would be a really nice time to get into this series. It is a set of 4 so far. I don't know if any more are coming out, but it's a set of 4 so far, and I bought this while I was in Scotland last year, so I would like to get to it. Then we do have a reread, and it is one I would like to get to because the rest of the series has now come out, and I do have the second one to this one, and it is The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. I've read A Fate Inked in Blood earlier on this year and absolutely loved it. And I know I really enjoyed this when I read it. I think I gave it 4.5, 5 stars. So I would really like to get to this one. Also, Danielle L. Jensen is going to be at Rare this year. So I would like to try and read some more of her books on the basis that I would like to meet her and get my ARC signed of A Fate Inked in Blood, because my other 2 are already signed. So yeah, I would like to give this one a reread and then move on to the Traitor Queen, which I do also have a copy of. I don't have a copy of the other 2, but I think they're done in such a way that it is a whole series, but the first 2 books follow one set of people, and then the next 2 books follow another set, like one couple and then another couple that maybe are intertwined with the first couple. I don't know the full ins and outs, but I imagine it's a little bit like, you know, the Boys of Tommen series, where the first 2 books follow a couple, and then the second 2 books follow a couple, and then the next 2, I don't know if there's going to be 2 for the next one, there better be, follow another couple, but they're all entwined, they're all from the same friendship group. Maybe it's the same thing, I don't know, but I'm fairly certain that's how it works with this one, and it is fantasy romance, and I'm very excited to give this a reread. Then I do have Off to the Races by Elsie Silver. I am hoping to finish Hopeless this week while I'm filming this video when this video goes up for Final Book Support Group. So I would like to move on to something else by Elsie Silver because I am not done with her yet. And this is the next series that I have from her, and I just feel like horse racing, you know, it starts off in spring. I live down the road from a race course, Haydock race course, and I don't know, I love seeing all the people wander past to go to the races, and I feel like this will be a great one. So I believe this is a contemporary romance about horse racing, maybe. I don't know. I have the whole series, so I thought it would be nice to maybe start this one off, especially when I'm finishing Hopeless. And I'm feeling hopeless about the fact that I've finished the Chestnut Spring series, and I'm going to want to move straight on to something else by Elsie Silver. So this one is the Gold Rush Ranch series, and sign me up. Sign me up. Yes, please. Then we do have In the Weeds by BK Borison, which you will have seen on my March TBR. I don't know how much of an actual fact this is, but I'm fairly certain that BK Borison has done books based on seasons so far. So Love Light Farm is obviously a Christmas book. And then I think this one is the spring one, and then Mixed Signals is summer, and there is another one coming out later on this year that I think is like an autumnal one. And now I don't know if they've been done purposely like that, or if we as the reader are just vibing off the books like that. But this one is the one that I want to read in spring by BK Borison. It sounds fantastic and I'm very excited about it. A grumpy farmer, a no-nonsense social media influencer, small town of busybodies and 4 very cute kittens. Yes, please. Then we have another one that was on my March TBR, and it is Tutoring the Player by Rebecca Genshak. I was really hoping I'd have got to this by now, and I'm really mad at myself that I haven't had a chance to do so. But it's just been a whirlwind of a month for March so far. So maybe I'll take it with me on holiday. I don't know. I haven't decided yet what I'm taking with me on holiday, so we'll see what happens with that. But maybe I'll take this one. It is a sports romance, hockey romance, and I'm very excited about it. Thank you again to Rebecca Genshak for sending me this one. Truly appreciate it, and on that basis I would like to try and make it a priority. I just have not had the chance to do that yet this month, so this one's also going on here. And then the last one for my spring TBR is A Love Song for Ricky Wilde by Tia Williams. I've seen a couple of other people putting this on their spring TBR, and I was like, ooh, that is a great shout. I had this one pre-ordered because I loved 7 Days in June. It was such a beautiful book, so I'm very excited about this one. I think it's got some like songwriting stuff in it. I don't know. One florist, one pianist, one love story, 100 years in the making. Sounds incredible, and I'm very excited about it. Set against the backdrop of modern Harlem and Renaissance glamour, A Love Song for Ricky Wilde is a swoon-worthy love story of 2 passionate artists drawn to the magic, romance and opportunity of New York. I think I'm gonna absolutely eat this up. I'm very, very excited about it. So yeah, that is my spring TBR. It's massive. It is very, very big, and there's a good chance I won't get to all of these, but there's also a good chance that you will see these crop up now in my monthly TBRs for the next couple of months. I don't know how big my April TBR is going to be. I'm probably going to do my Patron pick, and then pick just a handful of others. Obviously a River Enchanted will be on there as well. I do have a challenge that I'm going to be doing later on in April, which I may or may not tell you about in my April TBR, I'm not sure. And then the rest I will be winging, because 2 weeks of the month I will not be in the UK. So I will be winging my reading even, and we're gonna see what happens with it. Usually I do 30 books in 30 days in April. I don't think it's gonna be possible, but I would still like to try my luck because I love a good challenge. So we'll see whether or not I manage that. But yeah, this has been my spring reset. I hope you have enjoyed it. I've got a couple decorations up, nothing too fancy, but I've had a good time with it nonetheless. I put the flowers in downstairs. I do love having fresh flowers in the house. I'm just never home long enough to be able to appreciate them. So I thought we could stick some in for the time being before I go on holiday, and then I'll get some when I get back as well. And then, you know, just a few other bits. I've put I always forget about my Easter chick, Winnie the Pooh. He's just adorable. So I've popped him next to my Highland cow on the top of my chair, and then brought my Winnie the Pooh cushion up from downstairs. I thought this was very springish, and then my daisy cushion and my pink blanket from downstairs as well. Just zhuzh it up a little bit, you know. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Chat to me in the comments down below. Is there anything you do specifically for spring, for the season of spring? Is there anything you've got on your TBR that is a springish book that you would recommend to me? Let me know in the comments. Do you like my TBR? Have you read any of them? I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye for now.